Hey everyone, welcome back to another Cooking with Kelly. After I posted my first video on Instagram, a friend of mine said she couldn't wait to see me make my white chocolate mousse recipe. Now I know she's never been to a Gallery 7 reception, so I asked her how she knew about it, and she reminded me that years ago I had some girlfriends over for dinner and I made it for dessert. Now, this recipe is from my friend Donna, and she gave it to me back in the 90s, and I don't know where it originated, but it's a really nice chocolate mousse, and I make it for the Gallery 7 receptions. Now, when I have a dinner party, I serve it like this in a champagne glass, and it is delicious. I add lots of fruit on the top because it is very sweet. So, let's dig in. So let's get started making the Brandied White Chocolate Mousse. Now you can use milk chocolate if you'd like, even though it's called white chocolate. We're gonna start out with a 12-ounce package of white chocolate chips. You could use Toll House, these are Ghirardelli. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons of confectioned sugar. You're gonna use 2 cups of heavy cream. This is 2/3 to start, and then we're gonna move on to the rest later. And then 2 tablespoons of brandy or white rum. This is a very popular dessert that I serve at Gallery 7 artist receptions. I can't wait to show you how I serve them. It's really cute. I do not put the rum into them because sometimes kids come to the receptions and we don't want them having the alcohol. Now, traditional mousse is made with raw eggs. And that's another thing I don't want to serve at the gallery. That makes me a little bit nervous serving that to people. So this is a really great mousse, and let's get started. We're now going to melt the chocolate with 2/3 cup cream. So we've got the double boiler on a low simmer, and we're going to pour in the 12-ounce package of chocolate chips, and we're going to add 2/3 cup of heavy cream. Okay. And then we're just going to slowly stir it until it is completely melted. I had never had chocolate mousse until a few years ago when Nick and I were up in Salem for our anniversary, and it was the first time I actually tried real chocolate mousse. And I have to say that this mousse isn't too far off from what real chocolate mousse tastes like. The chocolate is completely melted now. And we're going to let this cool for about an hour or so, and then we will be right back to do the second step. The chocolate is now completely cooled down. I had taken it off the stovetop and put it onto the trivet. It did take an hour and a half. I do take a spatula every 20 minutes and just stir it around to help speed up the cooling process. The next step is we're going to whip the remaining 1 1/3 cup heavy cream. Now you want to whip the cream while it's cold. So you leave the cream in there, and I also put the bowl and the beaters into the refrigerator. That way everything's cold and it just speeds up the process of whipping the cream. So I'm gonna go get the cream and I'll be right back. Here is the bowl that was cooling in the fridge with the beaters, and we're gonna pour in the remaining 1 1/3 cup of heavy cream into the bowl. And we're also going to add the 2 tablespoons of rum and the 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar. And now we are going to whip this with the beaters until stiff peaks form. What almost 50 meant, so I was kind of guessing a lot. But I was able to Google that years later, and almost stiff peaks mean that when you turn the bowl upside down, it doesn't pour out. So as we can see here, this is not almost stiff peaks. So we're going to keep whipping it. Don't want to over whip the cream, so That's why you just keep testing it almost stiff peaks. You want to be able to turn this upside down completely and not have it fall out. Okay, I think it's still a little loose, so we're going to give it a little more whipping. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Okay, upside down, almost stiff peaks. All right, next thing I'm just going to get all the cream off of the beaters. Once again, my mother's voice, getting every last bit. Okay. Okay, the next step we're going to do is we're going to fold a small amount of the chocolate into the whipped cream. Actually, I'm sorry. I think we're gonna do a small amount of the whipped cream into the chocolate mixer. We're gonna fold that. Just fold that in till it's well incorporated. Okay. And folding is when you take a spatula and you go like this over and over. So you're not stirring it, you're folding, which is to gently fold it in to get it mixed in well. Okay, and so once we feel that's well incorporated, we're then going to put it all together. So I'm going to put that there, and we're going to put the chocolate into the cream, and then we're going to fold the whole thing together until it's well incorporated. Okay, so then once this thing, we're not going to stir it, we're going to fold it like this until it's well incorporated. So you just go over and over again. Just want to get it all to be the same color. Make sure all of the chocolate is well incorporated into the cream. Okay, just about there. The reason that you fold rather than stir is because if you stirred it, you would knock the air out of the whipped cream, and you want this to have a, you know, light, fluffy, airy texture. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Everything looks well incorporated. And when you're using chocolate, obviously you can see that it's more incorporated because the cream and the chocolate, you know, you can get them all balanced, but the white chocolate's a little harder, but that looks pretty well incorporated to me. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is show you how I present it at the Gallery 7 receptions. So normally you would just put this in whatever dish you want to and then cover it and chill it for an hour at least, or overnight is fine. But for the gallery, I do something a little bit special, so I'll be right back and I'll show you how to do that. This is a very, very sweet dessert. So a little bit is just enough, especially at the Gallery 7 receptions. So what I did was I bought these little shot glasses, and I take a pastry bag and I fill it with the mousse, and I just fill the pastry, shot glass up like this. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap it. See the air bubbles in there? It's not all the way down, so we're just gonna tap it, and it starts to sink a little bit. Ooh, sometimes it pops up. You see how it's all filling out? It's a really handy trick. And then I'm gonna fill it just a little bit more. Top, okay. And I'm just gonna keep tapping it to get those air bubbles out there that you see, and just to get the top a little bit level. There's still an air bubble down there, so just a little more tapping. That's pretty good. this recipe will fill 16 of this size shot glass. And what I would do is I would cover it with a little bit of plastic wrap and put it in the fridge overnight. And then I would present it this way. I will be right back. Hold on one second. The receptions, I would put, you can put a raspberry on it, a blueberry, a blackberry, and I would just go like that. And I put a little spoon in, and then I put them out like that. And people just love these. And since they are so sweet, a little bit of fruit helps break that sweetness. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys try it, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're doing the cooking videos for the things I make at the receptions, and Nick is doing his framing videos. We're gonna start to try to do a little bit more. And also, listen, people have been posting the pics. A couple people made my chocolate flour cake, and some people made the zucchini onion bites, and they posted and they tagged me. I love it. I wanna keep seeing what you guys are doing. And if you guys try the mousse, tag me, take a pic, and let me know.